I got a crazy theory and I want to share it with you guys because I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. It makes sense in my brain, but I want to explain it to you guys of why I only train one muscle group per lifting session. And recently, I made a minor tweak to the current split that I told you guys that I just recently changed. I made a minor tweak to it, and it's splitting my 2 leg days of the week into a quad focused one and a hamstring focused one. And the reasoning behind it is that even though legs are the same muscle group, hamstrings and quads, even though it's a part of the same muscle group, it's 2 completely different muscle groups. And not only that, 2 very large muscle groups at that. And the reasoning why I'm deciding to not only do that, but why I've been on a kick of only training one muscle group a day for so long is because this is what makes sense in my mind. If you're training chest and back in the same day, for example, and you start with chest, you know, you're doing your warm-up sets, you hit a couple working sets, you're doing a press and then a fly or whatever, and then maybe like a machine cable crossover, and your chest is pumped, right? Your chest has now gotten to the point where it is stimulated and you've torn the muscle fibers, and now your body is ready to begin putting those muscle fibers into recovery so that they can grow back stronger. But then you go hit back and you take all that blood flow that you just pumped into the chest, and now you're starting to do back. Now you're starting to get it into your biceps, into your lats, your rhomboids, your traps, your mid back, your teres, your whatever. And all that work that you just did for your chest, I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but I'm saying it may not be as efficient of a way of training as you may think. You may think, oh, well, I'm hitting every muscle group twice a week, and because of that, I'm doing it in a way where I hit like chest and triceps and then back and biceps, or chest and biceps and back and triceps, and then like legs and shoulders, like all these common splits that pair 2 contrasting muscle groups together. And the reason I think it's flawed is because of what I just explained to you. Even if you're alternating back and forth, like in the chest and back example, even if you're doing one chest movement, one back movement, one chest movement, one back movement, and you go back and forth until you complete the workout, your body's like, it's gonna freak the fuck out, in my opinion. Like, that's just what makes sense to me. So that's why I like training just one major muscle group per day, per lifting session. Like, I just went in there today and I just hit quads, strictly quads. And then I finished off with a bit of like tibialis work, because the way that I'm structuring it, the leg days, I'm doing like the front of my legs. So like my tibialis, which is the front of your calf, which is actually extremely important for calf growth, by the way. So I would start incorporating those into your leg days as well. The front of my legs, so the tibialis and the quad. And then on my other leg day, it's going to be the back of my legs. So it's going to be my calves, soleus, what's the other one? I don't even know the fucking name. Gastro something. I don't fucking know. Anyway, the calf. And then the hamstring. So like the posterior chain, and then the other leg day will be the front of the legs, the quads and the tibialis. And then on the upper body days, it's going to be solely chest one day, solely back one day, or solely shoulders one day. I'm not, and yes, you're probably thinking, well, your triceps get hit on pushing movements and your biceps get hit on, but I'm not doing any direct arm work. I'm not doing any bicep curls. I'm not doing any tricep pushdowns. I'm not doing any overhead extensions, fucking barbell curls. I'm not doing any of that. All of my arm work is going to be solely from back pulling movements and various types of pressing movements. And I personally have the benefit of my overhead press and my bench press. I naturally enjoy, and it's more comfortable for my shoulders and the way that my body's structured, to have a bit more of a narrow grip when I bench and when I do my overhead presses. That is going to naturally incorporate more triceps into the movement. So my triceps are going to be stimulated there. And then in terms of the back, I love the underhand grip pull down, which is amazing for your biceps as well. And then when I do my barbell rows, I have a generally narrow grip as well, which is going to hit my whatever the forearm muscle is. I'm not a fucking anatomist. I know it, I just can't remember it. But it's not even really that important. Like, knowing all this shit, it's really not that important. I've always told you guys, it's just figuring out whatever works for you, whatever makes sense in your mind. And if it makes sense in your mind and you believe it, then just go act upon it. And if it works for you, great. Take it and run with it, and then make those micro adjustments like I just talked about, like splitting my 2 leg days. Make those micro adjustments along the way. If you do it for a couple of weeks and you notice it's not really working for you, you're not really making the progress that you want to make, you're not progressively overloading at the level that you want to progressively overload at, you're looking in the mirror, you know, you're not really making that many changes. That obviously comes down to your diet as well, but there's a bunch of different factors. If you see that you're not making that kind of progress that you want to make, then that's when you change. But you would be a coward not to try it. In every single area of my life, I want no stone unturned. I want to have tried every possible scenario, solution, thing that I can think of to resolve the problem and to get the most out of whatever I'm doing. Because if I finish the end of my life with any, not regrets, but because I don't honestly believe in any regrets, even in my past with drugs and alcohol and all that shit, I have zero regrets because it turned me into the man that I am today. But that's besides the point. I want to finish my life without any what ifs. That is the biggest thing for me. I want no stone unturned. I want to have exerted everything that I could into this thing that we call life that I can. Whatever my mind wanted to achieve, I want to have, at the end of my life, tell myself, I have given everything to this. And as a result of that, I can exit life, or I can exit seasons of my life knowing that I've given everything to it, and I can completely detach from it. So many people, they're looking at me now and they're like, you played soccer for 20 years. How all of a sudden are you just like completely not interested in it anymore? You don't watch it, you don't play it anymore. Like, you genuinely do not give a single fuck about soccer, and that's all you talked about, that's all you did for the last 20 years. And it's because I gave everything to it. During the off season, I was training 6, 7, 8 hours a day, 3, 4, 5 training sessions a day, preparing myself for the off season. I put myself through that by giving everything I had, so that when it was time to hang up the cleats and it was time to move on to a new chapter of my life, there was no stone unturned. I gave everything to it, and now I can walk away knowing that I gave everything to it. So I have no what ifs, and I can separate that chapter of my life and turn the page into a completely new realm, a completely new endeavor, and not even think about my past one. Because a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, like, you did well, like, you know, you played collegiate soccer at a high level, you had opportunities to go play here, go play there, whatever. Like, that's a great accomplishment. And I told them, I'm like, listen, what I did during my athletic career, the accomplishments that I had, that's gonna pale in comparison to what I'm gonna do the next 10 years, the next 15 years, the next 20 years. It's like the Rocky training montages from the movies. They may last like a couple minutes in the movie, and like, yeah, they get you hyped up and stuff, but what they don't tell you is those Rocky training montages, they last for months, years sometimes, to turn Rocky into the iconic figure that we know him as. It's all the unseen work that you don't see. A lot of people, they get caught up in Instagram highlight reels and the YouTube highlight reels and the TikTok highlight reels, because people love to only show you the highlight reels. They only like to show you the good. They don't show you the unseen work. They don't show you the bad. They don't show you the trials and the tribulations and the adversities and the sleepless nights. But I want to show you guys all of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the hideous, the fucking, like, the moments where even I question myself. I don't know what the fuck, like I know it's gonna work, but I don't know how it's gonna work. And it goes back to the topic of that step 1 through 1,000 thing that I was talking about. I know it's gonna work inherently in my mind because I know that I'm gonna give my 110% to this endeavor, but I don't know exactly how I'm gonna figure it out because I'm still in the early steps of getting to step 1,000. When I hit step 1,000, I'll know how to take step 1,000 because I'll be at step 999. And all the trials and tribulations and obstacles and challenges that I face along the way to get to step 999 will turn me into a man who is capable of taking step 1,000. At the current stage that I'm at, I am physically, mentally, emotionally, financially not capable of taking step 1,000. And I understand that. I have the self-awareness of that. I have the conscious ability to understand that fact. And it is humbling being able to bring your ego off the pedestal and say, yeah, I'm not good enough to have the things that I want right now. Because if I was, I'd already have them. So I understand that. And I understand the second fact of that, which is, what can I do right now? At the current level that I'm at, in the current environment that I'm in my current circumstances, with my current resources that I have available to me, what can I do right now to take me from step 7 to step 8, and then from step 8 to step 9? A lot of people just want to know the one thing that's going to take me from step 1 to step 999 so I can get to the end. But people don't show you step 27. They don't show you step 25 or step 362 or 568. Like, they don't show you the middle ground. They show you the beginning and they show you the end. They show you the body transformation. They show you the rags to riches. But they don't show you the middle ground, that gray area where a lot of people honestly get stuck, where a lot of people honestly quit and give up because it's hard and they don't know what to do, and they have no guidance, they have no accountability, they have no brotherhood around them to push them harder and farther than they could ever do on their own. That's what this channel's about. That's what this movement that me and my circle of friends are building. So I encourage you to not only follow this journey of mine, but to take everything that I say and really think about it and how it applies into your life. Because not everyone has the same journey. We all have our own unique circumstances, upbringings, jobs, and situations that we deal with. But at the same time, a lot of the lessons that we learn, a lot of the challenges that we face, regardless of what job we may have right now that we're trying to get out of or progress through, or what situation we're trying to deal with and what situation we're trying to get out of, regardless of whatever it is, no matter how different they might be, a lot of the lessons and a lot of the challenges are very, very similar across the board. Like, for example, me and my best friend, me and him work 2 completely different jobs right now. He works for an agency. I work, obviously, at the supplement store. And as we've talked extensively about the challenges that we face and the lessons that we're learning along the way, a lot of it is almost eerily like identical in terms of the stuff that we're learning and the stuff that we have to go through and like how we're managing the people under us and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. And that's why it's extremely powerful to have a strong circle around you. And I want to be that guiding light for as many people as possible. Whether it's physically, whether it's nutritionally, whether it's mindset-wise, whether it's taking the lessons that you learn from me as I talk about like growing my own business and progressing through this company, and as using this company as a stepping stone to the bigger and better things that I want to accomplish, whatever it might be. There's lessons to extract from everything that I say, and I hope you can have the perceptiveness and the self-awareness to understand that all the challenges that we face, no matter where you're from, no matter what color your skin is, no matter what ethnicity you're from, all the challenges and obstacles come with very similar lessons, no matter how different they may be. So I want you to extract these lessons from the things that I say and the things that I go through, so that I can teach you to them, so that if you're going through a similar situation, or in the future, if you come across a similar obstacle or challenge, you can think back to, oh, hey, in episode 25 or whatever, I remember Vince talking about that, and he used this mind frame to be able to rewire his brain and rewire his thinking so that he made the most out of this opportunity. Let me try that and let me apply that into my life, and then boom, and it works, and you don't make the same mistakes that I do. That's what it's all about, is honestly using each other in the most advantageous way possible to help each other progress faster than we ever could on our own. Because a lot of people like this lone wolf mentality stuff of, I'm gonna do everything on my own, I don't need anybody. Like, yeah, that's great and all, but, and I got stuck in that mind frame for quite a long time, to be honest with you. But once I understood that if you actually find the right group of people to surround yourself with, whether it's watching somebody through content or whether it's actually building the relationships with that individual themselves, like, I would love for you guys to reach out to me and get into contact with me and start, personally conversating with me and asking me questions about certain stuff that you're going through. I would love that. I will answer every single fucking person. That to me brings me the most fulfillment in my life, is having a question asked to me, giving them a solution, and then a couple days later them coming back completely, like, their mindset completely changed and their outlook on the situation completely transformed as a result of something that I said or something that I told them to do. That to me is a feeling that is indescribable to words. So with all that being said, I know I started this whole rant literally talking about a workout split. I don't know how I even got to this point, but like I said, listen to this once, listen to this a couple times to actually understand this, and honestly all my messages, to actually understand the lessons behind all of it. I try my best to articulate them in the best way possible, but as you can tell, sometimes I get sidetracked and I start connecting too many different points, because that's just how my brain works, and I promise I'm making a conscious effort to get better at that and stay on track a bit more. But there really is lessons behind all of it, and if you can understand the lessons behind it and the things that I'm actually trying to say, even though I may not be the best at articulating them sometimes, I guarantee you, if you take them and apply them into your life and you just show up every single day and you just do what you need to do, I promise you, on a long enough time frame, when applied consistently into your life, you will get the result that you want. And I don't like to make promises that much, but I can genuinely promise you that you will, because life is very forgiving. God is very forgiving in the sense that he rewards people who simply just do what needs to be done. sound like a broken record talking about the same topic over and over again, but for the new guys, I want to drill this into your head so much that raw action solves everything. I was talking about this on one of the council meetings that we had today, and genuinely, I love it so much because these guys, like, I love them to death, because no matter what we talk about, the end result of whatever topic we end up discussing, because we discuss multiple different topics on the calls, every single topic ends with, okay, what can we do? What's the actionable step? Like, what action can we take, like, now to, like, resolve the problem, or, like, start figuring out the steps that we need to take of this process of what we're doing and what we're building. And I'm telling you, that is the most important thing. Raw action solves everything. You can have the perfect plan, the perfect blueprint, the perfect mastermind. Like, you can talk about it all you want, plan about it all you want, think about it all you want. But until you put that plan into action, none of it means shit. There's a quote that I'm going to paraphrase and probably fuck up, but the quote goes something along the lines of, a half-decent plan put into action will always be a perfect plan that is never implemented. Something along those lines. And it is 100% true, because raw action solves everything. You can look up, for the gym, for example, you can look up the perfect form and the perfect workout split and the perfect, like, macros to eat or whatever. You can have the perfect plan of what you need to do. But if you're not eating to that perfect nutrition plan, if you're eating like shit, if you look up the perfect form, but then you don't record yourself to make sure you're actually doing it right, and you actually implement it, and then you watch yourself back to make sure that you're doing it right, and if you make the perfect split for yourself, but then you never implement it, and you just do your own thing, and you just go in and, you know, do chest 5 times a week because you like it, and then you skip leg day, like, if you do that, if you don't do the things that you actually plan out, then that perfect plan means nothing, and you will never actually get the result that you're looking for. Because realistically, whatever plan that you build, it's gonna work to a certain degree. Are certain plans better than others? Yes. Are certain systems better than others? Yes. And can you get better results from those certain things based on what it is and based on your own unique individualities? Yes. But you'll never find out what that is unless you take action on it and you try 100 different things. I've told you guys this before. For the first 6 years, think about that, 6 years of my lifting journey. I've been lifting now for 10 years. 4 years consistently, 6 years inconsistently. For those first 6 years, not only was I inconsistent, but I made little to zero progress physique-wise of how I looked in the mirror. My body weight fluctuated and stuff like that. I got a little bit skinnier and I got a little bit fatter here and there over the course of the 6 years. But how I looked in the mirror, my strength numbers, they didn't really change at all. I made zero progress in 6 fucking years, over half a decade of zero progress. Even, like, you guys can look back to day 1. It is day 25. My physique looks better. My numbers in the gym, weight-wise, are significantly better. In 25 days. Understand that. It's not always about the perfect plan. It's just about raw action. Have I changed up my plan? Yes. Have I made it better? Yes. But I never would have found any of that out without just making the plan and then instantly implementing it and instantly taking action on it the following day or the next workout or whatever it was. Whatever was implemented in my workout or my nutrition or my lifestyle or the business, whatever it might be. None of it would have changed result-wise, and I never would have found out any of this shit unless I applied it. And that is the biggest lesson behind it, is raw action solves everything. I will say this time and time again. I will drill it into your head until I'm blue in the face and you're fucking sick and tired of it, because it genuinely solves everything. Take action. If you don't know what to do, literally, like, if you don't know what to do in your business, if you don't know what to do in your relationship, if you don't know what to do, just go on a run. Fuck it. Just go on a run. you can at least do that. If you don't know what workout to do, if you don't know how to eat, like, fast. If you don't know what food to eat, fast. Fast for fucking 24 hours a day. Eat 1 meal a day. You'll lose weight, I guarantee you. If you want to gain weight, honestly, just eat meat and eggs. You will gain weight, I promise you. And if you don't know what workout to do, drop down and do push-ups. Do 1,000 push-ups a day. I don't care how long it takes you. You will build muscle. Pull-ups, push-up, squats. It's literally so simple. Raw action solves everything. Go on a run. Fucking do anything. I promise you, raw action solves everything. Anything else I say past this point is going to be redundant, but I'm going to continue drilling it in your head. I do not care. Raw action solves everything. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment some Q&A questions, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single one of these videos that drop every single day, and I will see you in the next one.